Bits set back by Washington State. Drews flies in for the 10-foot line and puts it down. Drews with a point to tie to 16 here in the second set. Both teams attacking well in this second set. Utah 379, Cougars at 286. Drews almost an overpass again. Jankowicz alertly played it well up front. Now the back sets to Vanderwerf. Back row tap over by Tusa. Drews tries with a tap, handled by Ryan. Both teams going off tempo here a bit on the attack. Robinson tries to wipe it off the block. Can't do so. Drews hands up high. Ramirez. Cross court by Robinson, can't put it down. Great job by Basham there again. Great dive by Jankowicz. Drews in the back row. Handled by Norville. Wonderful rally here off the block. Cougars somehow get it over. And finally, Malin Robinson, after being denied several times on that left side, this time, excellent velocity as she swings away and works off the Cougar block for the kill. Williams and Pukas there. And Utah now jumps in front, 17-16. Drews back to serve for the Utes. Daniel leads the Pac-12 in kills percent at 5.65 this season. A number ranking 4th in the country. Drews already 13 kills on the afternoon. Utah now, after scoring 3 straight points, leads 18-16. Attack earlier by Argentina for Washington State. That's just their second missed hit in this second set. Good reaction there by Yates. Ramirez bumps set Drews to the back row. Excellent placement. Drews placed that one right at the feet of Penny Tusa, who could not get under it in time. A 4-0 run by the Utes as they open up a 19-16 lead. Set number 2 here on Pac-12 Insider. Top 25 matchup on this Thanksgiving Eve from the Huntsman Center in Salt Lake City. Mike Lageshilt and our crew with you on Pac-12 Insider. Washington State ranked 21st, Utah 17th. Utah's RPI number 24 in the country entering this week. The Cougars 33rd best in RPI. Both teams in great shape to make NCAA's, but both teams as well looking for one more signature win as we come down the home stretch. Utah will host Colorado here on Saturday at noon. The Cougars one more chance for a win over a ranked team, and will travel to Seattle to face number 12 Washington. Wrap things up on Saturday. Utah won the opening set, 25-22. They've scored 4 straight points, lead set number 2 in 19-16. Ramirez there, Jankowicz. They run the slide to Vanderwerf, handled by the Cougars. Blocked there for the Utes. As Jankowicz came into the right side of Vanderwerf. Block number 4 for the Utes, and the run continues. Drews with the serve for Utah to the side out. Great job by Jankowicz to get there and push it over. Right to the left side. Robinson can't put it down. Off the hands of Ramirez. Just a bit off balance there. And a point for the Cougars. So Utah with a 5-0 run and 4 points off the serve of Danny Drews. Take the lead 20-17 now in this second set. And Apukas, junior from Tacoma, Washington, back to serve for Washington State. Robinson. Good velocity again, one more time, working that left side. Block was there, but last few swings, Robinson starting to the left side of that white line on the left side. Beyond the antenna, that's maybe allowed her to open up and see that block from Washington State better than she was early on. Early on, she was basically face-to-face with it, and as the ball came her way, the Cougars were ready. Now she's had a chance to get a better angle. One, see the block, and two, wipe it off that block for some points, and as a result, she's had some kills as of late. 5 down the match, and that's helped the Utes get on top here. 21-22. The ace serve by McMurtry. Another point by the Utes. Olsen with the put away after the set by Jankowicz, and now a timeout called by Jen Greeny of Washington State. Utah leads the match 1-0. They lead 23-17. Set number 2 on Pac-12 Insider. Utah heating up, Washington State cooling down. Latter stages of our second set. The Utes now hitting 349 in set number 2. The Cougars down to 152. That was pretty much a push in terms of attack percentage early on in this second set. The Utes now have the edge for the match, 225 to 080. The Cougars 7 blocks. Both of those coming in our first set as they made a late charge and almost came back to overtake the Utes, but Utah still held on for that 25-22 win. Good start by Washington State to start the second set. Utah taking control as of late. Before that put away by the Cougars to make it 23-18. The Utes had outscored the Cougars 8-1. They come back from a 16-15 deficit. Side out for the Cougars. As Boone will go back to serve. Jankowicz. Robinson tried a little change up there. Second try, a little more velocity. Good dive to the backside, left by Oon. Tackles over the block. Drews back row off the hands. We can't say this enough. The back row tap by Danny Drews. Not just the best in the country, but so pivotal for what Utah's done offensively this season. Drews 15 kills today. The Utes at set point here in the second. That goes long. No touch by the Utes. And Utah, this first try here in set number 2, wraps it up at 25-18. We were tied fact, it was, yes, 15-15. The Cougars had a 16-15 lead before Utah. Storms back to outscore Washington State 10-2 to close out our second set. Utah for the mat, hitting Washington State 228 to 077. Danny Drews has been sensational. A double-double already with 15 kills, 10 digs. Drews with just 4 attack errors and 31 tries, hitting 355 today. Wetherington for the Utes, very good as well. 7 kills, just 1 attack error and 11 tries, hitting 545 today. Allen Robinson, 5 kills, 3 for Amelia Vanderwerf, 2 apiece for Jankowitz and Olsen. Jankowitz is center with 25 assists and 6 digs. And for Washington State, a bounce attack. Katie Ryan with 6 kills, hitting 333. Kalia Williams with 5 kills, just 1 attack error, 14 tries for the Cougars, hitting 286. She has 5 blocks as well. Maida Yahalashaba with 4 kills for Washington State. with 2. Their setter, Hannah Pukas, with 11 assists and 6 digs for Washington State. Julia Norville with 10 digs leads the way for them. The Cougars out blocking Utah 7-4, but most of those blocks for the Cougars came in that first set as they came back to make it tight as of late. Utah some nice adjustments for the attack. They've got Drews going again as they do Wetherington and Robinson, and perhaps Utah has figured out how to attack this Cougar team more efficiently. They outscore them 10-2 to close out the second set. They lead the match 2-0, winning 25-22 and 25-18. Second to last match of the season for both teams. Utah back here on Saturday to take on Colorado at noon. That match will be on the Pac-12 networks. The Cougars up to Seattle to face number 12 Washington at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Selection Sunday coming up on the 28th. Down the home stretch of the regular season, top 45 matchup here today from the Huston Center. Utah leads the match 2-0. For number 21, Washington State will step aside for a couple of minutes and come back for their third set in just a moment. Number 17, Utah, 2-0 the Cougars on Pac-12 Insider. Top 25 matchup on a Wednesday for the Husband, day before Thanksgiving. Number 21, Washington State. Number 17, Utah. And great job by veteran Coach Bethany and her staff making adjustments. The Cougars have blocked up pretty well late in that first set. The Utes won at 25-22, but momentum had swung as the Cougars had a 9-3 run late to tighten things up. Utah again won at 25-22 after the Cougars fought off set point 3 times before giving in late. Weatherington, this first win here of this third set. Let's see what the call is here. Point for Washington State. Net violation is what it was on Utah. And then to start the second set, the Cougars, again, blocking things up pretty well. They had a 15-11 lead before Utah scored 4 free to tie at 15 apiece. The Cougars were in front 16-15, but Utah, a 10-2 run to close out the second set to get the win. 25-18. A couple thoughts early on. Malin Robinson just had no chance against the Cougar block. They had it set up well on the left side. So Beth Lanier, after a couple timeouts, with a few things. One, she went more to Zoe Weatherington on the right side. Also had a couple more middle attacks. Had Danny Drews fed more back row, but they moved Robinson just to the left of that white line on the left side. That allowed her to, one, see the block better, two, have a better angle, and as of the final moments of that second set played out, Robinson was effective once again with those adjustments. So the veteran head coach just kept trying some things. Finally found a solution to work against that Cougar block, and as a result, the Utes lead this match 2-0. Tied 2-2 to start our third set. Side outs for the Utes at 2-2. Ramirez 13 digs this afternoon. 3 assists as well. Middle attack for the Cougars, and Utah with the block. Drews and Vanderwerf camping out middle of the floor. On top of the interlocking U's. That's block number 5 for the Utes this afternoon. Again and serve for Utah. On the hands, great job by Drews to get there and keep it alive. Weatherington just goes long. You see the seam open up between the block to her right. And there's one Cougar to the left. Just too much tempo behind that attack, otherwise it's down for a kill. Instead of side out to Washington State. Zoe Weatherington, 8 kills this afternoon for the Utes. Andrews with 15 leads away. Katie Ryan, a team best 6 for Washington State. Drews going with the high flats. No touch and a point for the Cougars. For the match, Utah hitting Washington State 227 to 074. Argentina Moon. Back and serve for the Cougars at 4-3. Great job to slide in there by Robinson with the pancake. Little play there, Dinetz, and the point for the Utes as it trickles over the tape. Drews with just enough to send that off the block and have it fall the right direction. Danny Drews, a 2-time first-team ABCA All-American. A 3-time All-American overall in her college career, the reigning Pac-12 Conference Player of the Year. As Utah runs the slide to Vanderwerf. She's had a nice match. Her 4th kill, 11 swings for Vanderwerf. Sophomore from Leavenworth, Kansas, transferred from Middle Tennessee State. In the Conference USA All-Freshman team a year ago, hitting .347 this season. Cruz on the attack. Cougars cover him back. Ramirez bumps up the Cruz. Tries to go out the block and the tape. And a point for Washington State. Shaba back to serve the Cougars with the side out at 5-5. Jankowicz pushes left side. Covered by Norville. Back attack by covered by Utah Cruz. Pounds off the block left side. Ramirez can't get underneath the attack by Pukas cleanly. And a kill for Washington State. Very impressed with this Cougar team this afternoon. Offensively, not high numbers from anyone, but great balance. They cover so much up front and in back. I mean, really, there's no weakness defensively with the block and their ability to cover ground in that back row. And it has forced Bethlehem here to be very creative with what she's done offensively for Utah this afternoon. With the kill there, her sixth this afternoon. Tied 6-6 in our third set. We're set there to work it to Tusa. On the left side, point for the Cougars off the touch. Washington State today via Timmer day today after suffering an injury against the Cal Bears back on November 11th, so she's missed the last 3 matches for the Cougars. She was the 5th best in the Pac-12 at 3.91 kills per set. Argentina picking up the slack in her absence, but still, without Timmer, one of their best attackers in that middle. The Cougars have had to get creative themselves a bit here late season. Point for the Utes on the touch. The previous kill by Vanderwerf, and now Utah just on top 8-7. After the put away, made that the attack error by for Washington State. Mercury serving. Great diving effort back to give it a chance. The Cougars can't get it over. So 4 hits to call on the Cougars, but again, that great serve by McMurtry. The Cougars can't mount an attack, and they now fall behind 9-7. Try goes long on the serve. That's the 7th service error by the Utes this afternoon.